IRAS is going to claw back $60 million worth of additional buyer's stamp duty that was avoided through the 99(1) loophole. And this is what you need to know. Now, there are primarily three reasons why people use the 99(1) property ownership. First one is to avoid paying additional buyer's stamp duty for the one party that already owns multiple Singapore residential properties. Let me give you an example. If a married couple owns a HDB, the husband is the owner, the wife is the occupier. After the MOP period, the wife goes to buy a private property, but maybe the wife's income is not high enough to take a loan. So in order for the private property transaction to happen, the wife needs to include the husband's name as a 1% owner in order for the loan to go through for the private property. But because the husband already owns the HDB, the purchase on the private property will attract additional buyer's stamp duty. So the people who will get into trouble for avoiding additional buyer's stamp duty will be, in this scenario, the wife buying 100% of the private property and then selling 1% to the husband, so the additional buyer's stamp duty on the private property is payable on the 1%. And in this scenario, it's a clear case of trying to avoid additional buyer's stamp duty. Second scenario of 99(1). Both parties do not own any property, but they structure the deal in such a way where one party owns 99% and the other party owns 1%. And this is done in preparation for decoupling down the road. And because at the point of purchase, both parties do not own a single property, structuring the deal in 99(1) has no implications of trying to avoid additional buyer's stamp duty. So this form of 99(1) ownership as of right now is still available. The last reason why people structure deal in a 99(1) manner is because they want to own multiple properties. But this doesn't apply to Singapore residential properties. It can be applied onto commercial and industrial property. Especially in today's market, you see a lot of people making income of $3,000 to $5,000, and yet they are able to own 7 to 9 to 10 to 15, 20 properties even. These people are using the method of tenancy in common to own a very small percentage of commercial and industrial properties to create a perception that they own multiple properties. And because the commercial and industrial segment in Singapore is not regulated yet, a lot of people are actually using this loophole. So this sums up everything you need to know about the 99(1) strategy. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a DM.